I don't want to be dramatic, but someone's going to die on the floor.
Another warning sounds over Alberta ambulances. Shortages leave a 94-year-old Calgary woman on the floor for an hour while EMS responded.
To imagine her, kind of lying on tiles for an hour waiting for someone to get her, it's heartbreaking. I think the first emotion is sadness, and then fury comes soon afterwards.
DeCintio learned what happened Sunday. He says AHS had previously told the family to call 911 if his Nona fell. When it happened this weekend, dispatchers told them not to move her or feed her, and that an ambulance was on the way. But it was about an hour before it arrived. Just for comparison's sake, an hour is how long it would take me right now to drive to Canmore.
An hour long, that's not an emergency response. An hour, and for any kind of injury or medical situation.
The family says when the paramedics did get there, they were wonderful.
But I know that the people who got there when they did everything they could, and the time it took was not their fault. They had to prioritize. They had to work through other issues, and I know that I believe that person, I'm sure, got the very best of care. But we've got to stop having stories like this.
Over the weekend, EMS staff reported 11 red alerts, meaning no ambulances were available for a stretch in 11 communities, twice in both Calgary and Edmonton. Gill says the EMS staffing shortage needs to be addressed immediately. In the medium to long term, he says training, recruitment, and support is key.
I think they're being taken advantage of to a certain extent because of their selflessness and their dedication. They're being there for us, and our government, through us, can be there for them.
In a statement, AHS acknowledged the response was longer than it should have been. They say they're seeing an unprecedented increase in emergency calls over the last few months due to COVID, opioids, and people returning to normal levels of activity.
The fact that we live in a city, in a region of 1.5 million people, and there's no ambulances available during several periods during that day and during the weekend is I can't even wrap my head around that.
In Calgary, Stephanie Lasuk, City News.